time. Love you all. Be back again tomorrow evening, okay? Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to Talkline Communications Network, America's leading Jewish radio and TV network since 1981. This concludes Jewish programming for tonight. For continuous, non-stop Jewish broadcasting, please go right now online to TalklineCommunications.com. For more information on all of Talkline's Jewish radio and TV shows, please call 212-769-1925 or email info@TalklineCommunications.com.
Talkline's new 24-hour-a-day listen line is 712-770-0534. That's 712-770-0534. Listen online or in our listen line 24 hours a day. Enjoy. Thank you for listening.
The preceding program is a paid advertisement. The opinions and views expressed therein do not necessarily reflect those of AM 620 WSNR or its management.
This is AM 620 WSNR, Jersey City.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Just Enough HESHY show. How are you? What I was going to do, first I want to introduce my co-hosts, and we're going to take phone calls. We're going to put your calls on hold, and Dimitri's going to help us behind that window, a wonderful guy. But we're going to take it, and we're going to try to get our commercials in quickly. But I first want to introduce my wonderful co-host and good-looking friend who's very disturbed today. You're going to hear a lot of craziness out of him. Bumi, how are you?
Not particularly good. I'm not in a particularly
Just say
sanguine.
hello.
HESHY.
Okay.
I'm not in a particularly sanguine
got that.
mood.
We got that.
And I am very disappointed in my fellow Americans today.
Okay, next. Sawyer,
Hi.
I was going to take you out to lunch today. We bumped into each other, but you wouldn't,
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How was the muffin?
The muffin was great. She bought me a muffin, everybody. That's why I didn't take her out to lunch, and I saved money. Anyways, and we're going to do our commercials. We have a lot to talk about the elections, about local stuff. People sent me videos of ballots disappearing. What I wanted to do now for the next 2 weeks, I wanted to bring in, like, guest co-hosts, like regular people. Like today, I wanted to bring in Maya. I guess she didn't show up or she's running late. Next week, I wanted to bring in a young lady, a black young lady, and then an Asian young lady, and a man of different races. I wanted them to tell us the people's view. And of course, next week, as you know, I'm going to be officially announcing my candidacy for city council. Woo! And we're going to talk about some illegal fraud that I can prove to you. Anyways, we are listening to what show, everybody?
Just Enough HESHY show.
Just Enough HESHY show. You can watch us on YouTube, Just Enough HESHY. Facebook, Just Enough HESHY. You can subscribe to Just Enough HESHY by going to Just Enough HESHY on YouTube and subscribing to the show.
And call in at 718-303-9090.
718-303-9090. Boomy, repeat that number.
718-303-9090.
And you are listening to the Just Enough HESHY show. Anyways, we are going to start our commercials, and then we're going to get to the show quickly. And
we already have two lines up.
Today, the guy who is running these, we have new commercial, we have new television and new, all this technology. This is just a great guy, and it's called High Tech Web Group. 212-235-2777. He's called High Tech Web Group. Tell him Uncle Ashley told you to call. You get 10% off. 212-235-2777. No, it's not on your paper, Sawyer. Info at hightechwebgroup.com. The reason I didn't trust you with this guy is because I don't want you to mess him up, because otherwise he'll mess up our show. info at HITECHWEBGROUP.com. Great. He sets up your shows, your YouTube, your internet, your computers. This is the man, and I like him, and my son is good friends with him for a while. Please call him at 212-235-2777. What do we got next there?
We have TT Styles. Tehila Tischler is here. Wigs, makeups, wedding events, and all affairs.
Can you sound more exciting for her?
Woo! Okay. Tehila Tischler. 718-675-6842. That's 718-675-6842 or Tehila at ttstyles.com.
And remember, she brings out the beauty in you.
Very good. I almost forgot that one. And we have Green Line Building Solutions.
Building consulting, violation removals, construction management, owner compliance, contracting, licensed Department of Building expediters, designs, fire department, HPD, Department of Finance, Environmental Control Board, and all other settlements and
plans, permits, stop work orders, vacate orders. I did 3 inspections today. I was 3 for 3. I was so hot. And one inspector came out and said to me, Heshy, in my country when I went on vacation, he just came back. He says, I actually saw you on TV in Dominican Republic.
You're international
I got
star.
that. Very cool.
718-871-0382. If you have any building problems, call
Plans. We have in-house architects, legal offices. Call Green Line Building Solutions.
718-871-0382.
Now, this next guy, I've been complaining about James Meadows. He's my ticket lawyer. So James calls me up. He says, Jay Heshy, listen, boy, are you crazy? You want to lose that ticket? He heard me on the show that I want to lose the ticket, because I was mean to the cops. So he says, Heshy, listen, if you're willing to pay a fine, and I tell this to my customer, he says, go buy them pizza. And I tell everybody the story already. So I went and bought the police pizza, and I thought it was only going to cost me a couple of $100. But James, please stop giving me advice.
Bribes are expensive.
It wasn't a bribe. I don't bribe police officers. My police officers are good men. And James, stop telling me to do good. Just save me on my tickets. I got another one. He's going to save me next year, whatever. I hope it is. But James is just wonderful. His phone number is 845-TICKETS. You can text him. You can email him. You can do whatever. You can whatever. Text him. WhatsApp him. He's a traffic lawyer. He does the right thing. He doesn't compromise. He does moving violations. He doesn't do parking tickets, okay? And he's one of the top rank members on Google and AVVO and Yelp. He doesn't do no plea bargains, and he has hundreds of online reviews. His name is James Meadows, 845-TICKETS, and he's a second-generation criminal lawyer, by the way, but he basically focuses on traffic tickets.
He will get you out of all your traffic jams.
He will. His email address is jamesmedows@gmail.com, a normal email.
And now I ask all of our listeners to please be patient. The boards are already full. And we have 2 out-of-state calls already, and
sometime. By the way,
we'll try to get to everybody.
By the way, James is forget that he's Cuomo screws everything up, and he's screwing up everything else. This guy knows how to beat the DMV. So call James at 845-TICKETS, and then of course my friend Martin Wolf. He's just a wonderful guy.
He's a wolf.
He's a wolf, and
he's the leader of the wolf pack.
No, he's
right?
not. He's not the big bad wolf guy, but I can't talk about him. Okay. And Wolf did not come. Chaim Wolf did not call me this week. He says, I texted him. I says, Chaim, you're ignoring me. I know. I said, why aren't you calling me? And Chaim says, well, he texted me back. I know you're going to say something bad about me, so I'm not talking you back anything. Anyways, we're getting the phone calls that are on hold.
Shout out.
We're going to do the shout outs in a minute. Martin Wolf, www.martinwolf law.com, or mwolf, MWOLF at yahoo.com. Martin Wolf, he's a wonderful lawyer. He is located at 2917 Avenue J. Again, 2917 Avenue J. His phone number, I love it, 718-444-WOLF. Say that again.
It's interesting, 718-444-WOLF. Interestingly enough, Sawyer mentioned earlier that if you want a good lawyer, you need either a barracuda or a wolf.
Well, I got a wolf. He's a member of the $1 Million Advocates Forum. He offers his clients aggressive and effective legal representation and recovered millions on behalf of personal injury clients, has repeatedly been listed in the ALM's top New York verdicts and settlements. Martin Wolf does motor vehicle accidents, slip, falls, trip, falls, construction accidents. Stay away from me, Martin Wolf. My companies do that. Medical malpractice, police brutality, and false imprisonment. So if you've been injured due to a negligence or any other thing, call Martin Wolf, 718-444 Wolf. He's really very good, and trust me, I've used him before. Plus, he does other stuff like loans, whatever. And then we have. She doesn't care. We got 2 minutes.
We have Wolf's Grocery.
Are you crazy? Fallon's Place.
We have Fallon's Place for...
She's out of it, everybody. Fallon's Place at FALLONS.com. No, what am I? You see, you messed me up. FALLONS.
I messed you up.
Can you stop interrupting me? FALLONSPLACE.com. She has beautiful clothing for adults, teens, and children. 718-325-5667. 718-325-5667. She's just great. She follows all the rules. She delivers to your car door. Give her a call.
Or come to her at 3132 Bedford Avenue. Again, that's 3132 Bedford Avenue. FallonsPlace.com, 718-325-5667 or 718-FALLONS.
You can't blame Sawyer for being a little shaken today. Every time you hear the results of this stolen election,
We're going to get to
you
that.
get shaken.
We're going to
You
get
can
to that.
break down into tears.
Last but not least, Traveler's Choice.
Your only choice for travel. Tell us about Traveler's Choice, Sawyer, please.
The Lifers, Yossi and Devora Lifer, wonderful people. They're going to help you go with your itinerary to any place in the world. All you need to do is call Traveler's Choice at 212-868-8698.
And if the Democrat gets in, we may all have to pack up and run soon enough, and we're going to need a lot of services
We're
from
gonna talk
Traveler's
about
Choice.
that. Anyways, 212-868-8698 for all your traveling needs. Your only choice in travel will be Traveler's Choice. Anyways, we're going to start our show now. You see how quickly we did it today? We were much more professional.
Have you got a saying, something, one of your
I'm
sayings?
going to get to that in a minute. Right now, I want to give
Quotes.
Thank you. Shout out for my granddaughter, Mira Nava.
Mira Nava!
And Sergeant Peter.
Sergeant Peters!
And my favorite, Ellie.
Your favorite Ellie.
Anyways, if you want
And
to...
I got my shout out for my dear friend Dove Hyken.
Right.
It's out there, and I'm giving a special shout out
Yeah.
today to our dear President, Donald J. Trump. I want him to keep the spirits,
We're
keep
gonna-
his
we gotta
mood
take
up.
phone calls. We gotta
Things are going to get better. We're going to still get through this.
We're going to take your phone calls in a few minutes. 718-303-9090. Call into the show, guys. We're going to take any questions. And if you talk bad, by the way, Dizzy's, I was talking to the they called me in again to the city council and the council today. They said, Heshy, now that President Trump lost, and by de Blasio, that bumbling idiot, retard, and Cuomo, they're going to come after us. We want you to stay out of the limelight, run your stupid election, quiet now, don't worry about the community, we're going to handle it. And I said to them, guys, you haven't been handling anything. You made 2 press conferences, and you're not really representing everything. You let us deal with our constituents. I said, they're my neighbors. I know they're your constituents, but they're my neighbors. And they're telling me to chill, and the rabbis are telling me to chill. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not going to stand back for nobody. People need help.
We're in the
You call me.
situation because everybody's been chilling.
Right. So I want you to know, guys, I'm not running away. I'm going to be I'm going to be patrolling my neighborhoods at night, making sure that there's no rioting in my neighborhoods. I'm not going to go to the city, and I'm going to tell you about some other stuff anyways. But let me give you my quote and joke of the day. Are you ready, guys?
Absolutely. And remember,
I'm
whatever
ready.
does
Go
happen,
ahead.
we're all in
Lay
this
it on
together.
us, Hesh.
Okay. I lost it, by the way. So you got to cover for me in a minute. But I don't think I'm even going to find it. Yeah, I'm so
Well,
upset.
can we get to the joke, and then we'll go back to the quote, or you've lost both of them?
No, I didn't lose both of them. So anyways, here's my joke. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
I'm
hear
ready.
the
Lay
joke.
it on us, Hesh.
My joke of the day
I need
goes-
something to perk me up today.
So my joke of the day is like this. What happened was remember a couple years ago, I was just, I was going into the bank today, and I was trying to get that Muni thing, and I was putting in quarters.
The meter.
The meter. So I remembered a story from a long time ago, and I was joking around with Linda because I couldn't get that stupid ticket out and put it in my window. So what happened was, I remember I was walking into the same bank a couple years ago, and they used to have the old meters that you put the quarter in, and you had the turning knob on it. Remember that?
Yes, there used to be. I
So-
remember even using a dime to pay for those meters.
A dime, whatever. So when
You
I
ain't
was-
getting nothing for
I
a
was
dime
I was
today.
going into the bank on 13th Avenue with Linda, and I noticed one of those parking meters with a bag over it, and it was marked broken. And back then, if you wrote broken on the bag, they usually left it
Broken
alone.
meter, that's right. They didn't ticket you.
So as I was ready to go into the bank, I just noticed a skeptical parking officer. He removed the bag from the meter, and he puts a quarter in there, and he turns the dial, and it worked perfectly.
He was testing it.
So the officer started to write a ticket.
Dirtbag.
All of a sudden, a lady comes running out of the toy store next door, out of by the bank. She says, "What are you doing?" She says to the police officer, "I'm writing you a ticket. You were out of time." She says, "Look at it now. It's fully stocked."
He just stocked it himself.
So, right,
And
so
I'm
anyway.
breaking in and out again. I can hear it. My mic is a habitual failure. I have moved it, nothing. It's coming in.
Anyways,
and out, in and
you're
out.
gonna fix it yourself. Anyways,
I can do.
Okay.
Right now.
Hello. Are you ready for my quote of the day, guys? Are you ready for my quote of the day? Since you were crying and crutching over nothing. Hello.
No, over nothing. I have plenty to cry and cry
Well, I
about
can't
now,
hear you,
but
so stop talking.
You can't hear me. So what's the point, Dimitri? Get this
Okay,
mic going.
he's screaming. Look how he's screaming on the air, but that's okay. Here's my quote of the day. The craving for equality can express itself either as a desire to pull everyone down or a desire to raise ourselves up along with everyone else. So we must be equal. We must try to be equal. We cannot knock other people down. It's not right. We have to be better than others.
Unfortunately, the Democrats and the progressives and the liberals craving for superiority gives them no other alternative. I'm lost. I'm off. Dimitri, I'm constantly off.
Hello, stop it. Fix your mic.
I don't.
Anyways,
I just get lost. This is not a good mic.
Okay, stop complaining and share Sawyer's mic.
All the time. I get this.
So here we go, guys. I want to talk about a few things that you Democrats and these laws, and I just want to show you what the rules and laws are like. Number one, they passed a marijuana law right now in New Jersey.
New Jersey, I heard that,
I mean,
yes.
so now I'm going to drive across the border, get stoned, and crash on my way back. Marijuana is
No.
good.
De Blasio just said that he will also try to pass the law over here as well.
Well,
So,
I don't
you
know.
get stoned to get you can smoke.
And now,
Yeah, he's hoping he could stay in office if we all get stoned.
And you know what?
That sounds right.
And here's another thing. Stupid Governor Cuomo. Everybody has to be tested. Testing in the schools, testing in the home, testing here and there. How much money is going into this testing that doesn't really work?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I don't get this constant need for everybody to be tested. I mean, I'm not saying don't be careful, but I'm just saying, do you understand if we're going to testing centers and people are coming into your home and they're coming into let's say even if they're sending them privately to people's homes, they're touching. There's something called transference. You're able to transfer this contagious thing by touching, and it lays on services.
Sawyer.
It doesn't make sense. That means I go to the doctor's office, I get tested, or somebody comes into my home to come test me, and they're touching. Either they have it now or I have it now. And 2 seconds later, you can't. It's just ridiculous.
Okay,
How come this country is not promoting zinc, vitamin C, and trying to boost everyone's immune system?
Well,
why are they so radicalized?
my President
Look,
Trump
they're
has
over-
been promoting it.
Okay.
And he's promoting everything that he could promote. But apparently the American people don't appreciate
We're
it.
going to get COVID out of the way, but I just want you to know the testing.
COVID's not here.
I know that. That's my point to you. You're testing us. This idiot de Blasio, again, comes up with fake numbers. We have 114 people in the hospitals, but out of the 114, there's 149, but only 21 of them are really sick, but they're suspect of COVID. The guy is just trying to play
Flu
numbers.
season. Nobody
Yeah.
has the flu.
Boy, what's unusual about liberal progressives trying to play numbers and coming up with fake numbers, like election numbers, stealing elections, throwing away
So,
Trump votes?
We're going to take phone calls now about the election. I am upset that Trump lost, but I want you to know something.
Not over yet. The
got
fat
you.
lady has not yet sung.
The point is, between the court cases, we have to accept any president, and Donald Trump will step aside if he lost. Of course, I'm a Trump supporter, and I don't know how he lost, but
Any president?
but you know,
He's not really. This
Okay,
guy he has dementia.
Again, he was chosen by 70.
He's not competent.
70 million people chose him.
70 million non-competent
They didn't even
voters
choose-
voted for a
We can't
non-competent.
talk together.
And they didn't even choose him. They chose his Kamala and Sanders and everybody that's going to be telling him precisely what to do because he has no words of his
Camilla,
own.
his chameleon.
Well, Boomy, here's the deal: 70 million, the most ever in history, chose him. Now, I don't agree. I believe the Biden's a loser, and I believe the Democrats are looking for. I don't know what they're up to, and I don't know why you would turn down a great president that has done everything with the economy. But Biden has a plan supposedly to stop COVID. I'd like to see it.
They all have a plan.
The only
He did. President
the
Trump.
only thing
You don't understand? You don't understand that Trump is in the way of corruption, continue business as usual, for people to line their pockets and for this country to go down so we can end up like Venezuela, where one of the richest countries ending up with people like a socialist country where everybody's poor. The rich should provide for them.
Guys, you can say whatever you want to say. Here's the deal. Bottom line. We have a Senate that's still Republican. You have a Congress that's Democratic, which means nothing is going to get done. Let's face the fact, it's going to be in turmoil for the next few years. But my point being is he's still voted by 70 million people. That means whatever. But here's my problem. New York City, New York State, we had a guy to come help us. Now we're going to continue with de Blasio and Cuomo. So it's not only did you choose Biden, you chose Cuomo and de Blasio again for another year or another term. By the way, I'm going to be putting up a guy by the name of Gibson for governor next year. He's a black man, a wonderful, smart, intelligent,
Republican?
Republican. And we're going up head to head against Cuomo.
It's time.
And just like the Democrats, there was one senator, one guy running for Senate, he lost, raised $100 million for the Senate. I mean, do you know how much charity you
That's
can
correct.
do?
And thank
the guy by the name
God.
of Harris.
That's right. And thank God what's his name beat him? The not the minority McConnell.
Right. Thank God. Anyways, we're going to take a couple of phone calls. By the way, before you go on,
I don't get to go on a rant right
You're
now.
going to go on a rant, but we were against a lot of these schools who kissed the governors behind. So I was talking to these politicians today who told me to shut up, and I said, "How come your voicemails are full?" He says, "Heshy, we get a lot of prank calls, we get a lot of crazy calls, so we don't pick up calls. Let them call my office, let them leave a message, let them leave a text." He says, "Heshy, you pick up and call everybody." So there's one particular school in Far Rockaway that I'm very upset with. This Rabbi Bender, and these kids, they're really sick. Really, I'm not they're sick, they're troubled because they call day and night. They make fake calls. They spoof their phone numbers.
But let's be honest, Rabbi Bender is not telling them to do this.
He doesn't stop.
I called him. I asked him. He's telling his students to do this.
I asked his kids.
I know that.
I believe he is. I believe that he's not stopping them, and these kids are troubled kids.
There's a difference between encouraging and not stopping.
So I told the kids, I said, how much charity I do. If you keep doing this, I'm going to stop helping people. And what you're doing is, and these kids don't get, and they use dirty language. Really,
I'm shocked.
We will hang up on foul language.
That yeshiva using dirty, I don't believe. I find it hard to believe.
We are a PG-rated show, and we want clean, honest, and straightforward dialogue.
Here's my point to you. Out of all the schools that were open, that was the only one that was allowed to open.
Heshy, if they don't call tonight I'm going to tell you they're repenting and they're doing teshuvah.
They're not. Anyways, let's take a couple calls. Let's have the people scream at us. Heshy here, 718-303-9090. You're on with Sawyer, Heshy, and Bumi.
Hello, you're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
And what's going? I'm a kidnapper, and Rebecca does not.
Next, hang
Okay, bye. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. Next call. You're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
Heshy, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, so I'm not calling for...
Next, hang up on him. Next, let's go. Next call.
You're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
And Maya.
Our guest co-host just showed up. Maya, go ahead. You're on the air. Hang up on them. They're not picking up the call. We're already holding on the air.
Hello, you're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
Hi, everyone.
We're going to talk to you in a minute, Maya. Comes the next
I had the wrong address in my GPS.
Hello, you're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
Nobody's talking.
We got heavy breathers tonight.
Yeah, go ahead. Next call. Let's keep going.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. You're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
Hi. Do you think Trump's...
Hang up. Anyways, next call. I don't know. I want normal calls, guys. You're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer. What's up?
Hello, you're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
I can hang up the phone. These guys.
All calling from different numbers?
They're calling with masks. They're calling with masks. Take off your mask.
Go ahead.
Hello, you're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
I told you it's those kids from the school. They're killing the lines. They're spoofing. Go ahead. You're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer. We'll stop taking calls in a minute. Hello? Hang up with the phone.
He sounds like he has corona.
I know. No, there's a lot of these kids are calling today. They're going to make prank. I told you they make prank phone calls. You're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
Isn't it a crime? Can't you go to jail for making...
They could.
We could deal with a prank call now.
If this is going on,
I could deal with
this is going on right now,
Stop,
this is a perennial thing now. I call upon Rabbi Bender
don't call him
as their rabbi to formally go out and stop
We don't care. We're going to have a lot
doing
to talk
Knock on the doors.
Yeah.
Quarantine them.
You're on the air.
Hello, you're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
Okay, can you give me the... You're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
And Maya.
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, do you think...
No, this is the way they talk. They're not too smart, these kids. Really, there's trouble.
It's okay.
Children.
We can
Anyways, we'll play a little bit longer. You're on there with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
And Maya.
They're not too bright. We're going to talk to you, Maya, in a minute. On the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer. Okay.
Take off the mask.
Anyways, so Maya, you are late for this show, Maya, and we talk one at a time. But Maya, how are you?
So I had the wrong address on my GPS. I
figured that.
texted Heshy.
So where'd you end up?
I had 2805 instead of 2508. I texted Heshy, do I have the correct address? And no answer. So I figured, probably the right address. And it said I was there, but I was by a mechanic,
Okay, we're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, Sawyer, and Maya.
And I came without a car.
You get an oil change?
So there was nothing to do over there.
Hello?
But
anyways, so Maya, can you tell us a little bit about you? Oh, let me take one call. This one call I want to take.
Yeah, let's take this call.
Hello, you're on the air with Heshy, Bumi, and Sawyer.
Hi. First of all, Heshy, I love you.
He loves you.
I know they love me. I don't know what's
How do you
wrong
hang
with-
up on a
I
lover?
don't hang up on anybody. Hello.
Hit the gym, nigga.
You see, I feel
Did he
bad.
call you the N-word?
Yeah, some of these kids are very bad. Hello, you're on there with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer.
Hey, how are you, Heshi? How are you? Quick question. Give a 12.
Anyways, when they talk,
Why are we taking questions?
I
What
have no
happened?
idea. We're gonna have to get
What's
some
going
normal
on?
callers. You're on there with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer. Last caller.
Let's take the
Hey,
call.
Ashley.
Let's take the
Hi.
slow.
Thank you so much for everything you do in Borough Park.
Thank you.
Do you know when would we be getting out of the red zone in Borough Park? Do you have an answer?
We're not getting out of the red zone, and that's a very good question
As soon
because
as
I'll
the
tell
election.
you why. Well, soon
The
the election
schools,
is
by
over.
the way, the schools are out of the red zone in Borough Park.
They're not out
The
of the
special needs schools are.
You're
are
making
special.
a mistake. We're still in
I
the
was just
red
there
zone.
today.
They are letting us open during the red zone with
if,
rules.
if you do testing.
Right, and not only do you take. Do you know why I don't like the testing? And can I tell you why? The governor and our council, our people, our politicians, they made the deal, and I was there with the deal. So when a Gooder tries to take credit for this deal, they get no credit whatsoever. He jumps on this guy,
Oh.
Rucham Silva.
Oh, hold on.
He jumps on the videos. Oh, well, look what we did. You did nothing. It was us behind the scenes. But let me just tell you what the problem is. The governor said only if there are two kids in a school that get corona, tested for corona, we close the school. We had to negotiate for 2%, like the public schools. Finally, he agreed to that. But here's my problem. When they test you, and I had somebody that went for testing and got bronchitis. They called him and they started asking to trace and come to his house. I told my people, don't let them in your house, don't answer the questions. It's illegal for them to have even known your information.
Those tests that they're
Tracing,
doing,
they wanna trace people.
I saw a bill for like over $1,000 for the testing.
Yeah.
I think they're doing tremendous price gouging. I mean, this is really like beyond highway robbery because people's insurances are going to go up.
Yeah, I
And
know.
also they're testing for more than just the coronavirus.
I know.
They're testing your DNA or something.
Terrible.
Something is not right.
I know.
And
We're going to take another caller. Hello, are you on there with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer? No. You on there with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer? I don't know what's wrong
What
with
is
the
going
phones.
on out
I
there?
don't know.
Hello?
Here. Let's give them a
No,
chance.
no, we can't give them
Why
a shout
not?
because they're crazy. Hello, you're
I
on there
wanna
with
hear
Heshy,
some
Boomy,
crazy
and
people.
Sawyer.
Come on, let's give them a chance, Heshi. I want to hear you. Speak up
Okay,
a little bit.
Here we go. You're on there
Actually,
with
I'm the
Heshy,
guy from
Boomy,
before.
Sawyer, and Maya.
Love you.
Oh, wow. You see,
he says he loves you.
I know they love me. Heshy, Boomy, I want you to talk something serious. Hello?
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, what's with the stores, the restaurants in Borough Park? Can we eat inside? Do we have to eat outside?
So here's the deal. We were able to eat inside. Now they shut us down. We can't eat inside. And the restaurant owners are in trouble. And we don't know what to do. So I'm just telling you now, they're trying to close out. By the way, do you know the total of how much fines we got in the last 3 weeks? In
Not millions.
Not millions. $31 million. Now,
Wow.
all of a sudden...
That we know of.
Right, and all of a sudden the politicians came out last week and they made this press conference. Oh, we're going to put a bill in. All of a sudden you see them. After I told them that I'm going to do this bill next year when I get into the city council, what are they doing all of a sudden? Here we go. We are going to make a bill to remove the amnesty. Now, I promise you that bill won't pass, and I promise you that bill won't go in. But when I get into city council, I'll make sure that happens. Now, can I tell you about voter fraud? Maya, I want to tell you about voter fraud. I told people to vote for me for state senator. I told them to write in the vote.
I put you in.
Okay.
Only in Borough Park you could put you in,
No,
right?
Borough Park, Flatbush, and Midwood, and a little
Crown
bit
Heights?
more.
No.
Not Crown Heights. And I promise you, I had about 800 people that texted me and WhatsApped me their ballots.
I did.
Okay. Do you know the Board of Election does not have my name written anywhere as a write-in vote?
The Board of Elections across the country are not even putting Trump's votes in when
He
they're
wants
when
to
the
be
votes
better
were
than the
done.
president. He wants to be better. Heshi wants to.
No. I'm just trying to show you, Maya, that this. Now, Maya, did you go vote, by the way?
Yes, I did.
And
I voted without a mask.
So did I. Let's take a phone call. You're on the air with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer.
Hey, Heshi.
No kids tonight. We're tired of children. Hello, you're on here with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer.
And you're running for public office.
I know.
Excuse me.
I
you're
love
supposed
kids.
to be saying
Kids are my
much
fans.
better.
Kids are
You
my
don't even give them a
fans.
chance.
Do you
Let
know
them say
that
something.
what are you talking about? I take calls from kids day and night. They call me till 2 in the morning.
Because
They're
you're the
crazy.
park buster.
I know. Heshy, Boomy, Sawyer, and Maya.
Hello?
Okay.
Oh my God.
I know they're not. They're
No,
crazy.
give him a chance.
I
Come
can't.
on.
I can't. Heshi Bumi Soya and Maya. One more time.
Oh.
No. They don't want to talk to you because they're
You're not giving them a
prepared.
chance. You're hanging up
I
too
am.
fast. You
I
gotta give
am.
them a chance.
I
You gotta
am.
give them a chance.
Okay. Heshi
So you're going to give
Bumi.
everyone a chance?
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
No. We're going to take another caller. Heshi Bumi Soya
Oh my
Maya.
God.
Oh, blow looking.
Hello?
We can't hear you. Speak
I
up.
know. Hello, you're on the air. Okay. So, anyways, guys, here's the deal. What I want to talk about is the election. You saw the videos, and somebody called me right before the show. They were burning ballots, and they were throwing stuff in the garbage. What do you say about that, guys? Hello, it's Heshi Bumi Soya.
I'm not at all surprised.
Hello,
And
Mr.
those
Kessler?
ballots, I'm sorry, those ballots that were
Yeah.
burnt and thrown in the garbage are undoubtedly ballots voting for Donald Trump for our president.
I know.
This is voter. This is fraud. This is
But
stealing.
is it fraud?
Stealing the
Do
election.
you really believe that it's fraud? Do you people believe it's fraud out there? Hello, you're on there with Heshi Bumi and Soya.
Heshi.
No. So,
my
anyways,
God, give
I
him a
know.
chance.
We're going to talk to Vince. Vince, you're on there with Heshi Bumi and Soya.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. Your telephone number is jammed
It's not.
by
I
the
know.
morons with the low IQ.
I know.
That's right.
I know.
You know what?
This is where I'm gonna say. You, the boys that are making these calls, you should just know.
Let's forget about that.
It's really a disgusting and
That's
an
fine, it's
embarrassment.
fine.
And the only thing that you're doing is making us want to give a shout out to your yeshiva to not do this.
No, it's Rabbi Ben. We're
They
going to
are, they are very low IQ.
I know, and I feel embarrassed to Jewish kids. What's doing, Vince? How are you? What do you think about our election?
Well, I'm a little bit disappointed.
Shut off your radio, Vince.
Oh, jeez, I always do that. Always. God, oh.
Wow, what a show this week. We're lost. Anyways.
Well, let me explain something. From what I heard, and maybe you know this, you realize the New York State Conservative Party out-balloted the Democrats in Borough Park?
I know.
And you know why? Family values, sir. Family values.
Let me go a step, Vince. Let me go a step further. Do you know that in the Senate? Let me just bring this article up. You're going to be very shocked, and this is what really bothers me the most. In the, I think it's the New York State Assembly. Yeah, it's the Assembly that the Democrats have now. They need 2 more people, and they're going to be able to stop any veto of anybody in the Senate.
No.
The governor veto.
No, they did not get the supermajority that they needed.
I think they need 2 more. I think they need 2 more.
If they didn't get that, but it comes down to family values. Now, whether you're a Gentile or a Christian, okay, people believe in family values. These are things that have to come first, okay? And evidently, Borough Park knows about family values. And they showed in the election that they believe in family values. These are important things.
We've shown that, Vince. We've shown Borough Park, Flatbush, Midwood, Brighton Beach, and I've been to Bushwick, and I've been to a lot of neighborhoods, Crown Heights. A lot of people. It doesn't make a difference if you're black, white, Muslim. I work with the Muslim community. You should see their families, how they take care of one another. But there are some people in the head of the political leaders. They are pushing not family values. They're pushing zero, and that's my problem.
No. I'll tell you something. I was down Fifth Avenue. And I like to go to halal places because they have good. They have how would you say?
Something similar to kosher meats.
No, because the halal they have kosher meat at Christian prices.
Okay.
Okay. You understand that, all right? So I go there, and I was there, and they had a sign for Mini Max, Max Rose. And I said to him, you know who this guy stands for? He stands for abortions in the 9th month of pregnancy.
But the beauty, the beauty of Max Rose is he lost, thank God, to a wonderful lady called Nicole
Maliotakis,
and we supported her. I was there when she raised her money. This woman is a great woman. Thank God we got rid of Max Rose.
Listen, what I'm trying to tell you, these Muslim communities have the same values that we have with families. Okay?
Now, let me ask you something,
They
Vince.
took down
Vince,
that sign in a heartbeat when I told them about him.
Vince, is it over for our president who represents family values?
Thanks for your call,
Is it
Vince.
over yet? Wait, I want to ask
we
you,
want to know Vince
I
wears
wanna
a
know
mask.
Vince, wait,
We want to know if he's scared of COVID-19, no?
I'm in the middle of talking here. What am I being shouted over for? Okay. I'm asking you, Vince, do you think it's over? And why do you think it happened this way?
Well, do I think that COVID is over?
No.
Yes.
Do you think that the President Trump, do you think he lost and is gone?
I'm going to tell you, Baruch Hashem, for him, hopefully something happens. And God gives us a blessing, and he stays president.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Vince.
Wait, let's ask him if he wears a mask, no?
No, we're not going to because we don't believe in masks. But
To get into this building, it says he must wear a mask, no?
well, whatever. I have any
Good
stupid
speaking
sign.
to you, Vince.
Anyways, you're on here with Heshi Bumi Soya Maya. Hello. Hello? I guess not. So, anyways, let's take another caller. Hello, you on? No other callers. We do have a caller. I don't know what they're ringing. You're on there with Heshi Bumi Soya and Maya. Hello.
John.
I don't know. I tell you something. I'm having a bad day today.
I don't know.
Hello. We're just gonna talk. We're just gonna talk ourselves. Heshi Bumi Soya Maya. What can we do for you? So, what I want to just tell you guys is that we're going to take one more call and then we're going to have another.
Please give me a chance to speak. Just give me a chance. Hello?
Yes, we're listening.
Do you think Donald Trump in the end could clutch this thing up and make our country stay great?
Well, basically, Donald Trump is lost. I mean, I'm not saying he lost. Like Vince said before, we have to pray that he won. I mean, look at the map. I mean, there's no possible way for him to win. You're on the air with Heshi Bumi Soya and Maya.
Hello?
Yes?
I'm your biggest fan. I'm telling you, you are the greatest guy in the world.
Oh, wow. Thank God. Somebody likes me tonight.
Do you want to share something with us?
I don't know what's wrong with these dark A kids, but I say you are the greatest guy in the world.
How old are you?
Doesn't make a difference. I want you to know I have a lot of children that come to us, and I have a lot of people that we take care of. But you know what? It's not that children should be controlled or reined in. But again, I go all over. Today I take pictures. I speak to youth centers. I just love that people have respect for each other and letting other people express their opinion. Like you, Maya. Do you wear a mask?
I do not wear a mask. And
how many kids you got?
I have 3 kids. I met Heshi at my son's school. First time I met him. Actually, my brother, Yaakov Meir.
Yeah.
He posts your clips all the time.
You like my clips?
And then, yeah, they're a lot of fun. We like the clips are more fun than the radio show because there we see you screaming action.
But I want you to know, people are starting to follow my clips. People like my show, and I want you to know I post my daily clips.
They like the clips better.
But you know why I do that? Because I keep the clips under 2 minutes, and I want people to have a little inspiration every day, a little laugh, a little enjoyment, and a little bit of seriousness. You're on there with Heshi Bumi and Soya.
Oh, B'smach Heshi. Hi, Maya. It's Yehuda Chatzkolevich from Reporter.
How are you? Okay, he's on the radio.
Oh, one minute. Yehuda's a good guy.
Yehuda, he's got to call back. He's got to shut off his radio. I have a question for all of you guys, and here's the plain simple. Do you believe, I'm going to ask you personally, and don't get into 14 different rants, do you think, and I know you're not going to be happy, that if
Why does Heshi look at me when he say the word rant?
Because you rant. Mr. Biden, when he becomes president, do you believe he will be unfair to the Jewish people and to Israel?
No, he's unfit. He's not going to be running the country.
Forget
Kamala, he's going to be in the basement.
Stop
and
it.
Kamala.
Stop it. You see, you're making a joke of it. See,
It's not a joke.
By the way,
I'm serious.
By the way, President Trump gave a lot of responsibilities to Vice President Pence. So again, Kamala should be. The old presidents never let their vice presidents do anything. I agree that the vice president should be very involved in the administration.
Yeah, but the vice president shouldn't be pulling the strings.
Well, she is a senator and she was an attorney general, so she has to have some brains.
So then she should have been running for president.
She did. She lost.
And she lost.
Okay.
So why would we go and have her elected now?
Okay, she's not being elected. She's going to be...
she's going to be running the country.
If something happens to Biden. I don't believe anything will happen to Biden. I think he will be able to serve his first 4 years.
I differ with you, Heshi. My view is that Biden himself is not is certainly at the early stages of dementia, and
Oh,
I am convinced, no
What, oh,
question, I've seen
God?
too
It's
much
without
out there, I've
question.
seen without question, that he will not be able to make these decisions on his own. And you ask about Israel, as far as being said, he has a history of going against Israel.
I know. But
Certainly he will.
So you know what?
Here, President Trump made peace
Why would he
treaties.
be negative? He's not going to win. Trump is gonna sue them and take office.
That's not that's not the right way, really, in a sense. But okay, let's just see that happens. Do you know that we were told by de Blasio, just let me show you what kind of a lowlife this man is. He told de Blasio administration is urging religious leaders to stay off the streets during any demonstration over the presidential elections. The NYPD has asked faith leaders not to go into the streets since the synagogues are closed anyways, or the religious, or they're going so to stay away to an attempt to engage protesters. So they want priests and rabbis to go to their synagogues to pray for their congregation, but not to have more than 10 people there at any time, or the congregation shouldn't come and everybody should stay off the streets. Is that not a normal thing? The man doesn't want us to pray. The man doesn't want us to go to school. The man wants to put us out of business. He's closing stores. He's only letting big business in so they can support him for some other campaign in
How
the
come
future.
he doesn't limit the looters to 10?
How come there was demonstration that he lets them burn buildings? And you know what? If you go to Manhattan, all the big stores are all boarded up. In my neighborhood, we're not boarded up. We're watching. We're patrolling. Our neighborhoods are watching each other. And Mayor de Blasio is not embarrassed that Macy's had to board up their windows. Are you not crazy, Mr. de Blasio?
All the stores in Manhattan are practically boarded up.
I know. You're on the air with Heshi, Bumi, Soya, and Maya.
Daddy.
You're on the air with Heshi, Bumi, Soya, and Maya.
What's up, Heshy? How are you, Heshy?
Good.
I just have a quick question for you. Biden said last week, we have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Now I know what he meant.
It's funny, but Maya, do you really believe, Maya, that this election is fraud? Do you really believe it? Really, in your heart?
There's nothing to believe. Everybody knows it.
140 million people go out to vote, and you believe we created fraud?
I would not say that the election in and of itself is fraud, but I will say that a lot of fraudulent activity took place, and a lot of vote stealing took place,
I want to talk about
and
that.
a lot of improper activities took place.
Heshy, what happened yesterday? What happened yesterday?
It may have well have changed the outcome. Changed the outcome of the election.
You're on there with Heshi.
Joe Biden. If Joe Biden wins, I think I'm gonna eat a smack line.
He's gonna what?
I don't know what he said.
I know what he said. But you know what the problem is? Even if you guys are right, the man got 70 million votes. He has half of America, so he cheated. I'm not saying it's right.
Wait a minute, Heshi, but what if those 70 million votes gets reduced, and Trump's votes go up, and it's a close amount number to number, and then Trump suddenly goes over the top?
So that's
it doesn't. So then he did cheat, and the cheating made the difference.
I want to talk about that with you in a minute. Hello, you have a question for Heshi Bumi Soya Maya?
Yes, Heshy.
No. It's not Heshi. Not for you, at least. Here's my question to you. What difference does it make who we pick now? Half of America, whatever, he cheated. You're right. He got 2% more, 1% more. What difference does it make who is the next president?
I'll tell you.
Wait, stop. Half of America chose Biden. Half of America chose Trump. Don't get me wrong. I want Trump and I hate Biden very badly.
Half of America did not.
Sure they
Do you
did.
want to? No. People went down to the election booths and they were not able to vote. They did not process all the votes. They were giving them faulty pens in different areas. Votes were being bought by people. That is not a fair and democratic election. That is not any sort of an election because the people have not been able to fully speak. When people are being cut off from voting, that's not a proper.
That's
it's just
exactly
not proper.
correct. And
it's not proper. It
Heshi.
needs to be redone. And you want to know something?
You're going to redo an election that cost hundreds of millions of dollars.
It doesn't make a difference. So what? So just because it costs hundreds of millions of dollars, we the people are going to get just any buffoon running, some dementia guy that is being puppeteered by Harris, whatever his name is, by Camilla,
right, Heshi.
by the chameleon.
You're on the air with Heshi Bumi and Soya.
Heshi, she's 100% right. And you say about 50% of the country voted this way and 50% voted that way. But you know something? If voter fraud and stealing votes and buying votes and all that caused this 50-50 split, what would happen if everything had gone the straight way and the proper way and the correct way? It would be less than 50 having voted for Biden and more than 50% having voted for Trump.
You know, we'll talk about. Hello, it's Heshi, Bumi, Soya, Maya.
Hey, Heshi.
Oh yeah. Well.
Yesterday, I was on the phone with
Yeah,
Heshi.
yeah, Maya.
I added him to a call. We
Right.
called to make a complaint.
I want you to hear this one. Go ahead, Maya.
So I called up Heshi. I see him making all these videos. I said, well, why didn't you make a complaint? He
But
said,
what was my videos? My videos were I actually physically
Went down.
went down and saw that the voting machines were not working. They were taking some of these ballots and shoving them
I
into
saw
things,
videos as well.
And they never actually took it to the police because they claim at the end they started to work. Another place was giving out double ballots, and I heard that from other places. Some of the people did get
So,
down.
Heshi, do you not believe this to be indicative of
But-
what may have been going on across the entire country?
Correct, there was.
And that's only what you heard of.
Now, here's my problem. I don't believe it was voter fraud. I believe it was incompetence.
No.
Now, why doesn't 1,100 voting places in New York City that should have been competent, but again, de Blasio is an idiot, have it under control after all these elections that we run? Why can't they do testing like my
Because
company?
it's a combination of incompetence
No,
and fraud.
the
It's
city-
both.
the city-
It's both in this
No,
case.
but the city itself,
100%.
all its workers, all its people are incompetent. The red tape that goes through. And that's why when I run for city council, I'm going to change that. Because in my business, if I was incompetent or I make these kinds of mistakes over and over and over again, I'd
You'd
be out of business. Correct.
you'd be in jail, but these people are walking the streets
So-
free.
so if you
what
guys-
happened, Heshi?
So
I said to you, why didn't you complain? You said it's not worth it. I made a call. I added you to the call. And they wanted to know where he lives and his social security and his date of birth, like the question.
Right.
And did they call you back?
They kept
did they call you back?
They kept us on the phone for approximately about an hour taking this complaint. And by the time the hour happened, I mean, it was already towards the end of the election.
But did they call you back?
They never called me back.
And they never called back.
And they never investigated.
Well, once the election was over, there was no point in calling back.
No,
They had
it
already-
wasn't the election.
They had already gotten the cheated votes or got rid of the good votes.
I visited 12 poll sites myself. 12, and I told him of 5 infractions that I saw. Matter of fact, one infraction bothered me the most, that they put a ballot in, it got jammed. When they took it out, another ballot came out behind it that didn't scan before. So the lady pulled it out, and we asked her, what are you doing with this ballot? She says, oh, I'll scan it later myself.
Yeah,
We said-
right.
but I said, that's
Wouldn't
illegal.
it be great that you could give her a fine or a summons like
Right.
the mayor's giving out for $5,000,
So I
$15,000
want you to know-
for every infraction?
So do you want to move out of America, or are you going to stay here?
I'm never going to leave. Why should I be thrown out of my country? Why should I be thrown out
You
of
don't have to be thrown out. You can
I'm
pick
not
up
leaving.
and leave.
So-
My father was a veteran of the United States Armed Forces, and you know something? We gave to our country, and we took from our country, and we've been happy here in our country. And why should we have to be forced out by liberal progressives that are looking to destroy our country and destroy the Constitution, and that we are a constitutional democracy?
Our
and they're trying
grandparents
to
moved.
destroy
Maybe
that.
it's time for us to move, no?
So all I want to tell you is there's a
By
project.
all means, you're welcome to go.
There's a guy by the name of there's a guy by the name of James O'Keefe, Project Veritas. He received nearly over 1,000 tips about potential voter fraud in this 2020 presidential election, and he says we're going to process in them, and he's going to try to send cameras, blah blah blah, and I'm going to talk to him and see what he accomplished. You're on HESHY, Bumi, and Sawyer.
Heshi,
Yeah.
please don't hang up. I have something serious to say.
So you on the air with HESHY, Bumi, and Sawyer. Yehuda, we got your back. Shut off your radio. I hope it's not on. What's up, Yehuda?
So of course it's off. Smachs to Heshi. How are you, Sawyer? And the guy
We
with
got we got finally a normal caller. What's up, Yehuda?
the guy. What's with Sawyer? She doesn't like Kamala. Not that I do, but I want to hear a good taina. I don't want to hear it because you're making the show sound like a bunch of angry people here.
We are angry. Everybody's angry. Half of America's angry. But if you notice,
Ashley doesn't look very angry. I want to see him get up and, you know.
What do you want me to do? You want me to scream and holler? I did scream and holler for these
Go ahead,
months.
punch her lights out. She's
You did
asking for it.
good. You titled the show. You did very good. You titled the show very nice. You say this guy wants to chas v'shalom, do damage, and you're going to stand up. And I spoke to the Robin Steinheiks about that lady. I don't want to say her name. We'll just call her Andrea.
We can't hear you very clearly. Speak up. Speak into the phone.
He said that some like the fakakta apple pods, and he said that the lady had narcissistic personality disorder, so she likes to go around. And
We don't understand you. Anyways, you, we love you, but we lost you because we need you to talk normal. Again, and like Yehuda says, get up and get angry. I am not angry at anybody. I'm a guy that has to get up the next day and go to work, and now I can't go to work because of Blasio and Cuomo. I was hoping that Trump would win to come defend
But
us.
I am angry because I like to wake up every morning and know the kind of world that I'm living in, the kind of country that I'm living in, to know that things are moving in the way I've been grown
So,
accustomed
Bernie,
to,
so-
not to see this entire
Bernie-
country turn into a socialist, anti-Semitic, if I may say it. God only knows how bad it's going to become over here
Bernie,
now under
let's- let's be-
under the
let's-
new order.
Let's be honest with each other. You know, the governor.
He needs more Amunah on Hashem.
No, it's not. Forget
No?
God. I'm asking.
He needs
you-
more Amunah. People
Okay.
that have Amunah,
You
they
talk-
don't get angry.
Okay, well, let me explain something to you.
They get excited. They don't get angry.
You guys don't understand. Let's teach the audience the rule of America. It's 50 states, 50 independent states which are united. The governor is really the boss. The president comes in on a federal level to try to help us when we're in trouble. The truth of the matter is, the governor is the man. And then the mayor is the man of his city. So what we're so worried about the federal president, you know, he has his Congress, he has the Senate, you have the Supreme Court. The truth of the matter is, none of this should bother us because the bottom
not
line is
true.
it's the governor and the mayor of local politics.
The federal national executive branch is involved intricately. It is the guiding point as to which way this country goes. If we are to stay a constitutional democracy, as we have been all along, and this is what made America great and why it survived all these years, we have to have the right thing coming from the top on down.
Okay.
If that changes, everything else can change.
We're gonna
It
take-
goes top on down. It's
We're
like
gonna-
it's
you-
not trickle up
you're ranting
poverty, it's
again.
trickle down.
You only get 2 minutes like a phone call. We're going to take one more call, and then I'm going to take some internet messages for the last 10 minutes. You're on the air with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer.
Heshy.
I made a mistake. You're on the air with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer.
Oh my God.
What's up, Heshy?
You're on the air with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer.
Would you like?
You're on the air with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer? No.
Hi, Heshy. When you get a decision,
Anyways, so let me ask you a question. We have a question on the internet, and here's a question for all four of you. Are you ready? And also for my listening audience. Do you really believe that America is going to be left? Is a left country right now since the Democrats took over?
100%.
Sawyer?
And when you say left, you mean going to the left?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Unless the Senate will fight it to the hilt, maybe not as rapidly as I hope not as quickly as I'm anticipating.
And what about you, Maya?
I hope I'm wrong.
You know what? Everything in life, we have to say Gam Zu Litova. And we're Jews.
Okay.
We
Again.
believe in
No.
God. Yep, we have no choice.
So-
We have.
You know what? I
We
want
have-
to tell you, I met Heshy in my son's school. The first time I met him, I took a picture of him and Moshe Lieblich, Rabbi Moshe Lieblich.
Right.
And that was not the last time I saw Heshy. I saw Heshy driving his car, and I saw Heshy there. Who called me to be on the show? Who called me? I got it.
Sometimes we have to stand up and fight for what's right.
Right.
And we
Of
can't just
course.
surrender. All right. I heard
I'm
your
in. Fight till
point.
the
I
end.
heard your point. Please lower your voice just a little bit. I heard your
No
point.
fighting in my studio.
I'm glad you're not my father.
Nobody's fighting, Heshy.
I'd be scared to be your father.
Can't be talking. It's very rude to talk on top of other
Okay,
people.
I'm willing to take even a crazy caller
We're
now.
together. We're in this together.
Hello, you're on the air.
Heshy, why would you?
No, you're not on the air. You're on the air with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer. How are you?
I'm never calling into this radio station.
I'm not letting no
Oh
more
my
calls
God,
come
no,
in.
that's it with
You're
that.
on the air with Heshy, Boomy, and Sawyer. I guess you know.
You want to make my room?
Anyways, so here's what we're going to talk about.
Actually, you asked
Yeah.
the question earlier. We have three branches in the government. We have the legislative, the executive, and we have judicial. And the president is doing everything that he can, you know, for the people. He's been doing it all along. He did everything and then some from what he promised to do. Everything, every promise that he committed himself to, he fulfilled. He didn't waver in anything. Not only that, he did more than he said he would do. So he did his part. And the judicial and the legislature need to step up to the bat and make sure that we don't have an incompetent government and somebody coming in and stepping in the president's seat. It only belongs to one person who should be running,
Who's
and
worthy
it's not,
of it, that's
who's
right.
worthy,
And
and
not
it is
somebody
not
like
Biden,
Biden.
who's been for almost a half a century
Well, do you know?
in the
he's- and-
government
and-
and has done absolutely bloody nothing
But lie.
for this country but lie. Him and Pocahontas DeSantis, who should be referred to as Pinocchio because she lied. She was caught in lies, and so is he. Fracking, no fracking.
But nobody
he
that's
wavers
listening
back.
doesn't agree with her, right? We all agree with you. We all agree with you. Everyone listening to the radio show agrees.
I have lost control of this show, but let me just tell you something, guys.
Has she invited us on, right? You want to hear from us also,
I made
right?
a mistake. I'm going to do that again. So here's the deal, guys.
Okay, fine.
Here's the deal. I want to tell you something right now. The last time when President Trump won the election 4 years ago, everybody was the same way. They were depressed. They were crying. They said President Trump is a racist. President Trump hates women. President Trump went bankrupt. Remember, they said a lot of bad things, even though
Malarkey.
and how good he did over the last 4 years. He did a great, wonderful job.
President Trump was an outsider that came from the outside, and he did a wonderful job. Again, as Sawyer said, Biden has been on the inside, on the inner belt, for nearly a half a century, and he's done nothing other than the wrong thing and lied continuously. It's not Trump versus Hillary, or now it's Trump versus Biden, and Biden has a historically low rating as a liar and a charlatan and a nothing and accomplished nothing.
Heshy's convinced, no?
This is what it is. So now we're not talking. It's a totally different ballgame now, Heshy.
Yeah. Well, guys,
I don't want anybody to be mistaken here. I agree with everybody on the show. And I told Heshy, it's either you give in, you give up, or you give it all you got. And I stand by that. Give it all you got. But at the same time, because we are ma'aminim b'nei ma'aminim, we are believers. We must not fall into a depression. We must not get angry.
She must
we
be on the
must
wrong episode.
be happy.
I'm
we
sorry.
must.
all I know is we're not going to invite any more regular people on this show. Maya, you are whacked, but it's okay, Maya. Wow.
I came here. It took me an hour. You invited me on the show to talk, or you wanted me to feel important sitting next to you? What's going on over here?
I want you to feel
Talk
important.
to me about this. I want to understand.
You don't have to say anything to feel important. Just having the privilege.
I
Would you
feel
let
it-
go of
I
that,
feel-
Sawyer?
I feel,
Why'd you do
You're
that?
on the air. You're on the air with Heshy Book.
I feel important when people say to me, "Why aren't you wearing a mask?" That's when I feel important.
I have lost control of this show, guys. I'm sitting with
You are important
crazy.
just by virtue of your proximity to Heshy. You need nothing more. You needn't say anything more.
You're on the air, last call, and then I quit. You're on the air with Heshy, put me in soy. I'm going to fire everybody next week.
Why the fuck would you?
Why that? Do you see the low lives of this school? We're going to have to close that school down, that Darkey school. Just
I don't understand it. How can it be that
I have a
a
number
rabbi
I'd like to
Ben-
announce.
like
I
a
think they
rabbi
should
like-
call the yeshiva and do their.
Anyways,
I
here
think
we go,
I think we
everybody.
should come down there and make a show for them, a special show for them. No,
Okay, we're gonna let me
Not on the air, off the air.
So I'm gonna end this show right now. We're gonna do it the right way. Here's my speech for the day. America is a wonderful country, and I believe in America. I believe in its freedom. I believe in its equality to all men, black, white, Muslim. I don't know what to do about national politics. There's nothing we could do about it. I casted my vote. I had my citizens, my fellow neighbors cast their votes. I believe that Trump should have won. He didn't win. So now it's here. I'm going to be talking to the rest of you people sitting in Radio Land and YouTube and Facebook Land and everybody that's finally going to listen to the show, because I want all my people to be quiet here. I want you to go out and do good for your neighbors. Do service. Help a youth center. You know, I went last night to somebody's wedding. I went the night before when I went to the parades. The rabbis are preaching. Everybody makes out of it. Don't worry about the little people, they're telling me. Don't worry about them. We have them under control. That's the way they talk to me. Well, you know what? I don't want to control anybody. I keep telling you, I don't want to just be a leader. I want to be a guide. I want to help my fellow neighbors. And you know what? They're telling me to shut up and stop. I can't shut up and stop. We must help our elderly. We must help our young children who are lost with doing drugs. Look at the calls tonight from that yeshiva Darkey. Most of those kids are drug addicted.
Heshy, you sound so different than the Democrats that are out there now. They don't want to just help and make things better. They themselves, like Nancy Pelosi and the whole cadre of those Democrats, they want control.
Why?
They want control.
But why?
They have the money, now they want the power. They have power, they want the money.
I don't believe that.
They want control, yes.
I don't believe that.
No,
I am
there
a
is-
Democrat.
Heshy, there's evil out there. Heshy, there's evil out there.
Evil.
And they are evil.
The way you're talking is you're saying 50% of this country is
No,
evil.
I'm saying the leadership of the Democratic Party is evil.
So
the current leadership is genuinely
people,
evil. Yes.
You're telling me the people are that stupid?
Yeah, there were a lot of people.
People are that stupid. Look,
Yes,
look.
that fooled.
Hold on.
Fooled.
No. Look at all the little tiny
Gullible.
things that people do.
Are you
Pelosi?
seriously arguing with him? or just
Pelosi
having
went
fun?
to the hairdresser. Pelosi was backing up for all her constituents. Don't go to the hairdressers. Don't go. But she was caught red-handed with a video, and it was on televised all over the world for everyone to see that she actually went to a hairdresser when all of us were told not to go out. Everybody, they can break the rules. The politicians could do whatever the hell they want, and we have to follow the rules.
HESHY, unlike
Who's we? I don't follow the rules.
Not unlike Dov Hiken, you're a unique
And either
breed.
does HESHY. He doesn't follow the rules either.
HESHY,
I follow all the rules.
I don't see you following any rules.
I follow every
All
rule.
right,
Which rules do
HESHY,
you
we're about
follow?
to wind up. I
You don't
wanted
wear
to
a
say,
mask?
not unlike Dov Hiken, you are a unique breed. We wish that the leadership of the Democratic Party were like you and were like Dov. Unfortunately, right now it is not. We need more people like you, and you will be there to help us and to keep us protected and do what you can.
Well, I want you to know the show is coming to an end, and
Only God could protect us.
well, you know what?
And he has the shluchim, his
And it's
messengers,
our
to do so.
responsibility to work for God correctly. I'm trying my best to do the right thing.
That's correct.
I'm disappointed in the Democratic Party.
The
Our
establishment.
show is over, and I'm sorry, guys. I can't even charge my my advertisers this week because of everything that went bad. My dear listeners, my dear friends, I feel if you're sad, don't be sad over this stupidity. Let's fight our stupid idiots. Let's fight de Blasio. Let's change our leadership. I know we tried. We actually tried to change our leadership, and it didn't work. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening to our show. I apologize to you, and for those drug addict kids at Dow K, Rabbi Bender, I hate you. Good night.
Okay. And good night, everybody.
The preceding program is a paid advertisement. The opinions and views expressed therein do not necessarily reflect